Why does everyone think I'm sick? It started when my barista dropped my coffee and asked if I needed her to call an ambulance because I looked like I was about to collapse. I felt completely fine and had just gotten the best sleep I'd had in months, but she kept insisting I should sit down before I fell over. When I looked in the bathroom mirror at the coffee shop, I looked exactly the same as always, so I just thought she was on something. But then 2 other customers asked if I was okay on my way out. I got to work, and my manager did a double take and said I should go home. She said I looked gravely ill and shouldn't have come in when I was clearly suffering. I told her I was fine, but she insisted I take the rest of the week off and wouldn't let me back in the building. I went to urgent care thinking maybe I had some illness that hadn't shown symptoms yet. The doctor ran every test she could think of, including blood work and urine analysis and chest x-rays. Everything came back completely normal with my white blood cell count perfect and no signs of infection or disease anywhere. The doctor said I was one of the healthiest patients she'd seen all week, all while staring at me with this concerned expression. My mom showed up at my apartment that night with groceries and flowers, saying my manager had called her. She took one look at me and started sobbing, saying we'd get through this together and she'd take time off work to take care of me. When I insisted nothing was wrong, she accused me of being in denial and said accepting help wasn't weakness. She stayed the night on my couch despite my protests. Over the next week, I took photos of myself every day. I couldn't see any difference, but my sister insisted I looked worse with each passing day. Then my boyfriend Ryan got home from his business trip and froze on the spot. He immediately started making doctor appointments at specialists. He kept touching my forehead and wouldn't believe me when I said my temperature was normal. He started sleeping in the guest room because he was afraid of disturbing my rest. I had no idea what was going on. I wondered if something had changed with my makeup routine, so I went completely barefaced for a week. People's reactions got even worse, with strangers stopping me on the street to ask if I needed help getting to a hospital. An elderly woman gave me $20 saying I should get myself a good meal. A little kid pointed at me and asked his mom why I looked so scary. The dermatologist found nothing wrong with my skin. The oncologist my mom insisted I see ran full body scans that showed no tumors or abnormalities. The infectious disease specialist tested me for every rare disease and found nothing. Each doctor looked deeply worried while telling me I was perfectly healthy. My workplace started a meal train without asking me, and people kept dropping off casseroles and soup. Someone set up a crowdfunding page for my medical expenses that raised $8,000 before I could get it taken down. My neighbors started doing my yard work without being asked, and someone kept leaving fresh flowers on my doorstep every morning. I tried changing everything I could think of, including my hair and clothes and skincare routine. Nothing made any difference to how people reacted when they saw me. My own reflection looked completely normal to me, but everyone else saw something that terrified them. Ryan started talking about taking leave from his job to become my full-time caregiver. My best friend Claire finally agreed to tell me exactly what she saw when she looked at me. She said my skin looked gray and thin like paper, and my eyes were sunken so deep they looked like holes. She said I looked like I'd aged 40 years and lost half my body weight, even though the scale and measurements proved that was impossible. She said looking at me made her want to cry. I asked her to take a photo of what she was seeing, and when she showed me her phone screen, I saw myself looking exactly like I always did. She pointed at the photo saying, "Look at yourself." But I looked completely normal and healthy.